Hey everyone, this is Rob over here at BuneBape and hope you're having an amazing day. Today I'll be bringing you all a quick guide on the Rogue's Den as well as the Rogue's outfit. I want to be telling you everything you need to know about both and why you're likely going to be really interested and want to get the Rogue's outfit if you plan on doing thieving anytime soon. On top of that, I'm also going to be going through all of the traps you're going to want to look out for during the minigame as well as the rewards. And throughout the video, I'm going to be showing you the quickest route with at the end an entire uncut run. So if you don't want to listen to my jibber jabber or explanation of anything else, you can skip all the way to the end and just watch a quick speed run of the minigame. Also, of course, as always, there's going to be annotations in the description as well as on the video. So feel free to skip around if you're only interested in certain parts. Real quick before we get any further into the video, if you enjoyed or this video helps you at all, please make sure to leave a like. It really does help get the channel noticed, so thank you all for that. And of course, if you do enjoy this content, make sure to subscribe as I do put out new videos fairly regularly along with our podcast every week. So with that out of the way, let's jump into the minigame. So getting straight into the need to know for the Rogue's Den minigame, you're going to need at least 50 thieving as well as agility. Having both higher is going to make the minigame easier, but by no means is it required any higher than that. So as far as the minigame here, you can see this is pulled directly from the wiki. This is what the minigame looks like as far as the minimap goes, and it is completely unnecessarily intimidating. It's not that hard, and I'll make sure that it is easy even for the newest type of player. Also pulled from the wiki here, you can see the expected percentage of success. So even if you are successful in getting through the entire minigame, there is definitely a good chance that you will not get a reward at the end and you'll trigger a trap when you are looting what is supposed to be the reward. Unfortunately, that does happen, but you just have to go and keep doing it. Again, this did happen to me 4 times in a row before I got my final piece, so don't be discouraged. The main reason that you're going to want to keep pushing forward is that this is going to allow you to get the rogue equipment from the minigame, giving you the rogue's outfit. Each piece gives you a 20% higher chance to get a double drop whenever thieving, and this includes really high ticket items such as blood shards or enhanced crystal teleport seeds. As far as how long this process is going to take, I've seen anything from as short as 30 minutes up to a few hours, and it really does depend on luck. I personally got it in 45 minutes, but I do think that was slightly lucky. So as always with any luck-based thing in this game, your results may vary. Also, before we jump into the minigame, I did want to make sure that you know what the traps look like. All of these traps on screen that you're seeing really have no effect, and you can just run straight by them as long as you follow the route that I'm giving you. They don't really do anything at all, and I've never failed any of them while I was doing this. As far as these next ones, they all are practically the same. You just have to remember the words I have on the screen. Don't walk over 3 or more at a time. So you can walk over 3, but if there are 4 in a line, as you'll see in that middle picture, you have to make sure to disable at least one of them before you continue on. So you'll see a couple times, and I'll point that out in the video, where you are going to need to disable 1 or 2 traps before continuing over all of the other traps. If you do run over 4, you are just going to be simply sent back to the beginning because you're going to get caught. So the easiest way to get over to the minigame is going to be with the games necklace. And so I have this here, the jewelry box in my house. Of course, you can just use the regular games necklace and teleport yourself to Berthorpe. Once you're at Berthorpe, you're going to want to run into the pub directly south of where you teleported to. In this pub behind the bar, there's going to be a little trap door. Make sure to crawl down it real quick, and that'll send you right to the Rogue's Den. Once here, you're going to want to make sure that you deposit anything that you happen to be wearing or that's in your inventory. You can't bring a single thing into this minigame, so just deposit it all. There's a bank right there. You're going to have to talk to Brian O'Richard. He's the minigame's conductor, and he'll get you all squared away and let you know everything you need to know, or you can just simply watch this video. After you're done talking to him, he'll let you know that he'll give you a little crystal. So once you're in the game, if you need to teleport out, you can use the crystal. I would recommend bringing a stamina potion to drink before you go through the minigame, as you do quite a bit of running, and you're going to have to drink a stamina potion after if you are planning on doing many different runs in a row. Alright, so here we are. Welcome to the walkthrough of the actual minigame. Here I'm showing that you actually need to not bring anything in your inventory, and I'm also going to be going slow through the parts that I think you should pay attention to, and fast through the parts that are really inconsequential. Just like this very first room, it is inconsequential. There's nothing in here that can really damage you as long as you don't walk directly into the spinning blades. You can simply click on the bars there and then run into the next room. Once you're here, these pendulums, like I listed earlier, are not of any threat to you, so just run past them into the next room. And here you're just going to want to make sure to walk around the entire room full of traps. Like I said, as long as there is 3 or less traps in a row, there's really nothing to worry about. If you're wondering about all of these markers on the floor, I am using RuneLite, the plugin for Rogue's Den, as well as the Marked Tiles plugin, which I would highly recommend. If you are using them, you can mark tiles by shift right clicking in order to mark tiles for future runs, making it a lot easier to remember, or you can simply rewatch this video. The next room is a simple wall hang. The room after that, though, you are going to run into some saws on the floor. Whenever you do see saws on the floor, make sure that if you plan on jumping over them, you click on the saw. If you click past the saw, your character is going to run into pathing issues, and so simply click on it to avoid that. This next room is also not a big deal, just jump past the pendulums as well as the bridge and you should be fine. This upcoming room though actually gives us our first little challenge that I mentioned earlier, where it does have 4 traps in a row. Since we are dealing with this, I like to mark the first one, and that first one you're actually going to have to disable because like I said, any more than 3 is a no-go. So what I do is I right click and disable the first one, allowing me to run across all the remaining 3 with no real danger. As far as this next upcoming room or 2, it's arguably the easiest part in the entire maze in my opinion. All you have to do is jump over a single saw on the floor, and there's an entire room filled with traps, but honestly none of them are of any consequence. You can simply click past them. I like to click on the door so it auto paths me through all of them with no damage at all. This next room is also really easy. In order to not get hit by the flying blades, make sure to click directly next to the skulls where I have it marked. Then you're going to want to click on the wall hang and you shouldn't take any damage. But directly next after that is one of the, again, 4 in a row traps that you're going to have to be wary of. Just make sure to disable the first one and you should be good to go. Click on the next highlighted square that I have there. And this room is actually very intimidating looking with all the saws on the floor, but honestly, you click on the highlighted square and then on the next highlighted square and it should autopath you directly through it without any danger. Coming up to the big bad puzzle, make sure to click on this tile, it's always this tile, and then click on the door and select the tile that you brought. Honestly, I don't know why this is even in the maze because it is always the same and not difficult at all. As far as this upcoming little jail cell maze, it's pretty easy. You just have to memorize all these spots. So like I said, the marker tiles do make it a lot easier to remember. But if you don't have RuneLite, don't worry, just watch this part again or keep it on pause and follow the instructions. After running down this long corridor, you're going to run into a few more traps. I just simply walk right past them and you're into the next section. This next section does have another one of those infamous triple trap setups, and I make sure to walk directly next to it just in case it sets off any traps. I've never had any problems, but I am always really wary, especially because this is really late into the game. And again, the pendulum really does nothing. I also like to walk from one highlighted tile to the next, making sure that I take a quick break in between them as to not set off any of the traps. Same again in this next room. It's really intimidating. There's a bunch of flying blades, but honestly, it's one of the easier rooms. You simply click on the highlighted tile again, take a break, and click on the next highlighted tile, and you should be into nearly the clear. This is one of the more interesting little traps up here, and it requires that you actually pay attention. So you're going to need to pick up the flash powder and throw it at the guard on the right. As soon as your character stops and throws the powder, you have to make sure to click ahead because the powder only lasts for 1 second. If you take too long, you're going to have to either use the flash powder again, or you'll simply get caught and sent all the way back to the beginning. You're going to want to make sure again to throw the powder, and as soon as your character winds up their arm and stops moving, you need to click past the guard. Now that you have come up to the reward, again, you can still fail here, actually with a pretty high chance. I got lucky here, and this is exactly what the rogue equipment would look like if you did get a piece. You can select the rogue equipment and pick any piece you would like. I picked the kit because I don't need any more pieces and it might be useful in the future. So as far as the guide goes, that's going to be about it. I really hope you enjoyed it and it was quick and concise. If it did help you out, make sure to leave a like again. It really does help the channel grow and improve. And here I'll be ending off again with an uncut version of the actual speed that it takes to finish the entire thing from start to finish. Thanks again. Hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you all very soon.